want to start?
Ray, have you formally given Bill Kuharich a position, and what is that? And can you describe his relationship with the Cleveland Browns right now?
Bill does have a relationship with the Cleveland Browns. The relationship was, I'll say, somewhat forged while Mike and Joe were both here. Bill's a consultant. He'll be working with me directly on several aspects of what I'm going to be tasked to do. So he's a consultant, and that's Bill's role.
Will he be in the office or outside?
A combination of both. Bill's still, I'll say, founded in Kansas City, so he still lives in the Kansas City area. His family's there, so he'll be back and forth.
Ray, how will you prioritize the needs of this ball club over the next several weeks?
I think the needs will be prioritized in a way that between Coach Pettine and I, we've already discussed the needs for his offense and his defense as it equates to Shanahan and as well as Jim O'Neill. And we've kind of come up with a hierarchy already of the positions that we really need to address and which order we'll address them and how we'll address them.
What are you looking for in this combine?
This combine, I think, they're all the same to me. You really want to get a chance to truly interact with the player. The number one thing in any of these events is really to get a takeaway of the person. Everybody's talent is kind of spoken for itself. When you watch the film, there's no more football being played. So these guys are going to be judged on how they play football. The athletic gifts and the tools that they'll display on the field are really just a confirmation of what your eye saw. The real piece that I think you really want to look for in these events is to truly get to the core character of the kid.
Ideally, do you find, or does a team find a franchise quarterback in the top 5 of the draft?
I can't say that that's true. I mean, you can talk to Joe Montana, you can talk to Tom Brady, you can talk to a number of guys that were not high picks. They were later round finds. I think inevitably you got to find a guy that displays the characteristics that you're looking for, and then give him an opportunity to grow into that role. Again, Aaron Rodgers was in a top 5 pick. There was some speculation as to whether he would be or not. But nevertheless, you just want to find the right guy for your system that you can move forward with.
How essential is it that you have an upgrade at quarterback?
I think the reality is that we want to upgrade our football team. I think winning games and finding a way to put the best product on the field is what the fans deserve. It's what the city of Cleveland deserves. So I think that's what we're focused on, is building a better product all around.
But none of the top 3 guys that are here quarterbacks were seniors, so they weren't at the Senior Bowl.
Correct.
So are you looking forward to meeting each of those 3 personally?
I think that we're going to get a chance and an opportunity to spend time with, I can't say everybody that's here, but we'll have time to engage a lot of different guys at the Combine. There's 335 guys that will come in and out of the meeting rooms and the grand hall where they have the open floor or the informals. But we'll definitely be focused on getting as much character information and spending as much time with these guys as we can.
Will you spend 15 minutes with Manziel, Bridgewater, Bortles, and maybe Carr here? Will you use those for us?
That makes it too easy for you guys if I tell you that I'm going to spend time with those guys directly. So I would say that regardless if we meet them here or we meet them somewhere else, there'll be an opportunity for us to spend time with everybody that we really want to get to and understand who they are.
What are the characteristics you're looking for in a quarterback for your team?
What characteristics am I looking for in a quarterback for our team? First and foremost, I'm looking for a winner. I'm looking for a guy that can win football games. He can help translate what we're trying to do offensively to the field. I think that smarts is an interesting part of it, because I think we all talk about guys being smart, but I think it's the ability and the quickness with which a guy can process that information. All of us have an understanding of math and how to do certain things, but the question is how quickly can you process that information and then regurgitate it into being productive on the field. So there's a lot of intangibles and little, I'll say, nuances that we look for in the guy's performance, and people will talk about arm strength, they'll talk about different athletic aspects, can he move in the pocket, etc. But I truly believe that a guy being able to accurately throw the football, make quick decisions and process and throw from what I'm going to call as a quote-unquote crowded pocket, guys that can play in those instances are critical factors in my mind of what the quarterback needs to be able to demonstrate he can do.
Ray, are you looking for a 4-3 alignment or 3-4 players to fit what Mike wants?
Mike has demonstrated that he's a versatile defensive coach. I think Jim O'Neill is definitely in that same batch as well, that we're going to look for the best football players. And we're going to find guys that can demonstrate the ability to be productive and to make us a better football team. So again, we want the best football players for our team. The coaches have also demonstrated they're going to find the best positions for those guys, and we're going to get them involved as soon as possible.
When you leave here and go back to the rig, will you know how you're going to prioritize your needs regarding free agency versus draft?
Yes, we've already had those conversations. We've had some of them. I think that things never work exactly how you have it planned out. So I think there's already a map designed of how we want to attack free agency, how we want to attack the draft. But nevertheless, I do think that we'll hone in and fine tune and adjust from what we've already kind of decided as the path of we should take.
Hey, Ray, Coach.
Can you address Devon Best a little bit? He told Cleveland.com yesterday that he wants to be back with the team, and then there's been a report out there also that you guys are proceeding as though his $3 million guarantee is void. Can you kind of address the whole Devon thing?
I probably am not going to address. I'm not going to say probably. I'm not going to address the Devon Best situation again. I think that every player that we have on our staff or on our team, we're not going to address those circumstances as needed. We're going to talk with agents. We're going to talk with players. We're going to talk internally about how we should handle any current player, any future player contract, and or otherwise.
Ray, you've got a lot of picks, a lot of needs. How do you just overall your general feel? A lot of people are saying this is a really, really deep and talented draft. Where does it stack up from your perspective?
It's interesting. I do believe that a good indicator of how deep a draft potentially is the number of juniors that actually declare. So again, we're record setting. So with that being said, I think that does demonstrate that there are potentially better players and a deeper pool of players. But we're going to do the best way possible for us. I think one of the things that people always talk about are trades. Are you want to move up or you want to go down? Who you like? I think that we want to find the best football players for our football team. We want to put ourselves in a position to find the guys that we truly would like to have on our team. I think one of the strategies that we're going to stick to is identifying the guys that fit who we want to be, and then finding a way to get those guys on our football team.
Ray, Coach Pettin said that he wants an all-weather offense in Cleveland. Do you need an all-weather quarterback?
I think that the all-weather part is interesting because again, right now, is it still snowing in Cleveland? I don't know, but it's actually a good thing that we want to be able to play regardless of what the weather is. And I think that everybody needs to be able to perform in those instances. The running back needs to be able to run the ball when the footing is not perfect. The receivers need to be able to do the same. So regardless of what position it is, I think we want all of our players to be able to perform regardless of what the conditions are.
When you have this is obviously the first time you're running it as a GM, the importance of character issues for you, a guy like Chantrell Henderson, who's obviously a physical specimen, but has come out recently saying he's had trouble off the fields. How do you weigh those pluses and minuses for a guy like that?
I think with any player, again, I think, and I said this is what I was alluding to before, I should probably clarify it, is that all of these players are really talented. I mean, if you get invited to the combine, if you make it to the National Football League in any regard, if you're a college free agent or you're the first pick of the draft, you're talented. This is the best kid from everybody's high school. This is the best kid on his college team. He may be the very best kid, but he's a very good player. His talent will take him to a certain level. The characters will either allow him to sustain that level or to take it up another notch. We're definitely interested in where guys personally are. Who's the person? So I think we spend a lot of time and a lot of resources on trying to figure out the person. And as we make those definitive answers as to do we like this guy, do we want this guy in our building, is he good for who we want to be, is he good for our community, then we'll definitely take those. And again, I will tell you this, it's hard to think that you're going to win football games and somebody's not going to have a little bit of dirt underneath their fingernails. So they're all not going to be exact, they're all not going to be the best people from a lot of perspectives, but we're looking for the combination of people and talent.
Ray, when you made a decision in regards to using the franchise tag, whether it's TJ or Alex, have you at least made the decision, and can you give us any type of update?
We've talked about all those things. Again, I'm not going to comment on whether or not we're using franchise tags or transitions or what the contract status is or what negotiations that we've actually taken place. We're going to definitely handle those things between the player, the agent, and the organization.
How do you find